John Turkey here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm in Land O'Lakes, Wisconsin at a beautiful establishment called the Sawbuck with owners Bill and Brittany Clark. Bill and Brittany, thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for being here, Hans.
Well, absolutely. The coffee's delicious.
Glad you like it.
I
That
love
was
it.
one of the few things we actually didn't make any changes to when we bought the business.
Yeah? The coffee? And what about the ice cream? The ice cream is...
Ice cream we added. Cedar Crest. How many flavors did we have going this
We were running 20 flavors this summer through the summer season with a second cooler. We just shut down our second cooler last week, so we're back down to 12 now. And in the spring we'll be back up to 20 unless we find an opportunity to buy another cooler and build an addition to fit it somehow. Then we'll add more.
Yeah? What's your most popular flavor? Because I know chocolate and vanilla is...
Chocolate and vanilla I don't even think are top 5. Maybe vanilla's up there in the top 5, but I think Mackinac Island Fudge is probably the most popular.
Pirate's Bounty.
Pirate's Bounty is definitely up there. The Superman, the kids love the Superman. It's like the yellow, pink, and bright blue swirl.
It's like Play-Doh.
Yeah, it's like Play-Doh colored and cotton candy flavored. Yeah, the kids love it, turns their tongues blue, and everything they touch.
And he always has to have a pail of Blue Moon.
Yep, a Blue Moon. Sometimes we do like, there's a deep space, and that's like a, Blue Moon, swirls of marshmallow topping and chocolate fudge chunks.
Yeah.
Oh, it's chocolate ice cream with swirls of Blue Moon, maybe.
Yes.
There are a couple different flavors with a little bit of Blue Moon mixed in there, but so we've always got to have at least one of them for her.
All right. Well, who makes the ice cream? Who delivers it to you?
It's Cedar Crest Ice Cream here in Wisconsin. They're down south. I think they started out in Cedarburg, right?
Yeah.
And now they're up in Manitowoc or Sheboygan. And they're mostly through Wisconsin, though I have heard some stories of them being spotted out of state a few times here and there. We get them through a local distributor, and Cedar Crest has been great to work with. They send us, advertising stuff, flyers, things like that. And when we started shopping around ice cream flavors, when we found out that Cedar Crest was not only like the best tasting ice cream, but the easiest to work with, we were pretty excited.
And Wisconsin.
Yeah, and also Wisconsin.
Well, I mentioned to my friend yesterday that I stopped into your establishment to have ice cream, and his first thing he said was Cedar Crest. How did you know? Yeah, I said, yeah, it was very, very good. The flavor you gave me was on point.
Well, it definitely helps at like every Brewers game. Bob Euchre's on there
Cedar
talking, check out Cedar Crest, the official ice cream of the Milwaukee Brewers.
That's funny. So going back, before you started the store, you were doing the Chain Skimmers water ski show?
This one is.
I've been skiing with them for, what year is it, 2022? 21 years now I've been skiing with the Chain Skimmers. So I started out in their junior club program. I was 10 or 11 back then. I've been skiing with the team ever since. There were only maybe 2 or 3 seasons I didn't ski full time with them, and 2 of those seasons it's because I was skiing with the pro show in Vienna.
Okay. And then she takes the pictures for the show?
Yes.
You started taking pictures for the show?
Yes.
Long before we met, actually, she started taking
tell
some
that
pictures
story.
for the team. As we started dating initially, we're texting back and forth, and she's like, hey, wait a second, is this you? And sends me a picture from 2012, I think the season it was,
Yeah.
which would have been the last season I was with the team before I went pro.
I just happened to be at a show.
Yeah, she just happened to come to a show and take a picture of me mid-flip on the wakeboard.
Nice.
And held on to it for, 4 or 5 years, and then finally found a use
That's
for
freaky.
it.
That's
And now here we are on our 4th wedding anniversary.
Yes, today is their 4th wedding anniversary. Congratulations are in order. Very nice.
Still married.
Okay. The water ski show. So, every show that you do you get an adrenaline rush, or is it just, do you go through the routine and you have fun entertaining the crowd?
There's definitely adrenaline rush.
Yeah.
The better the crowd, the better the rush. And those 4th of July shows where the bleachers are packed, all 3 sections full, people with folding chairs in the aisles. Those shows are a lot of fun. And, if you're in the first act of the show, come through barefoot and at 50 miles an hour, it's kind of hard not to start off with an adrenaline rush.
Yeah.
mean, he gets yanked off the beach in one act after he's announcing. So he'll be like, oh, I gotta go time to ski, and he'll put his microphone down and he'll get pulled right off the beach.
Yeah,
Over
it's
the
a
ski.
quick little
Yeah.
15-second act. So my
Yeah.
ski's hiding behind the announcer stand, throw my ski on real quick, throw the rope to the boat, boom, right off the beach on one ski. I'm on the water maybe 5 seconds before the boat starts to,
With it.
yeah, pin it and trim it.
Just
And,
make the beach like in
and I
2
cut
seconds.
real hard to the side and get whipped all the way around the boat. It's called a 360 or around the boat. And then make it all the way around the boat. Boat finishes the turn, whips me back into shore. I'm gone for about 15 seconds. Walk back up, grab the microphone, going all the way around the boat. Let's give it up for me.
You should get a headset next year.
We've talked about
I
that in
think
the
that would
past.
work. Because I have not seen him fall very much, so he comes back dry. Like, he's lucky if he gets his
Oh yeah, I keep like
He has a suit coat on.
I've got a couple suits I got from Goodwill. I got the 42 regular for when I'm just throwing the suit on, and I got some 44s for if I gotta throw a wetsuit on underneath it, need a little bit more room. I don't even bother taking that off. I keep my sunglasses on. I've lost a few pair in that lake.
Oh man, I bet there's a lot of stuff at the bottom of that lake.
Oh yeah, I mean we've got one of the anchors is a washing machine full of rocks.
Oh, I didn't tell him that one. Tell him the other one.
There's at least one snowmobile down
Don't
there.
tell it,
We took all the oil.
I
and-
know, but still.
There's definitely an engine block down there. That was before my time. So the stories vary on what truck that engine came out of. But
And that's anchoring down the ramp?
I don't think any of those things are anchoring the ramp anymore. The anchor lines connecting to them have long since been broken by ice or just frayed by time.
Yeah.
I think the actual anchors now are just big concrete blocks. But I'm sure if you went down there, a lot of random stuff.
How deep?
It's about 50 feet in the middle.
50?
Yeah.
Ooh, I didn't think it was that.
Yeah. Teddy and Matt's tried to scuba dive down like several years ago. Matt's had a scuba license, so he filled air over here at the Aurora Borealis and
Yeah.
they dove down. They were just following the anchor line hand over hand. I think they got like maybe 20 feet down. It starts getting real cold and dark. And
Oh, yeah.
it's not a real clear lake, so you can't see much, and they both got scared.
Oh.
They both started freaking out and came back to the top.
I can imagine. Going all the way down to the bottom and just completely pitch black down there?
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like it'd
Yeah.
be easier if you started at the beach and just followed the shoreline going down.
Oh,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
You need a light too.
oh, absolutely. Well, that's cool. I would love to check out a water ski show. I've been always meaning to check out one, but if you're in town, please check one out. It's off Highway 45 on the way to Land O'Lakes.
It's halfway between Conover and Land Lakes, 4 miles north of Conover, 4 miles south of Land Lakes, right on Highway 45 across the highway from Lanny's Fireside every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 7 p.m. all summer long from Memorial Day to Labor Day. And then usually there's a couple special shows, so there will be a 7 p.m. show every 4th of July. Some years we'll do a night show on the 3rd of July after the Land Lakes fireworks. There is some talk about bringing that back. It's been a couple of years since we did that. So this information might be relevant later, it might not be.
So moving on to from water to being in your own coffee shop. What inspired you to open up a coffee shop, an ice cream store, a novelty store in the middle of Land O'Lakes?
Well, it's something we've always talked about. Even when we were first getting together, we'd come up here for weekends when we were living down in Port Washington. And, we'd drive through a little sleepy town, and there'd be a little abandoned storefront there. And spend the next 20 miles on the road. Oh, that place would have made a cool little gift shop. Would have made a cool little ice cream stand. Oh, what if you knocked the back out and put a deck on it? It's right on the water. It could be a really cool bar and grill or something like that. So it's something we've always wanted to do. And the chance to do it right here in Land Lakes came up 2 years ago. Actually, I'd say it's about this time of year, 2 years ago, that we started talking to Kathy and started getting our ducks in a row and decided to see, well, is this something that's feasible? And next thing we know, we're signing a contract and getting a set of keys and writing some giant checks that hopefully we'll be able to pay someday.
I'm trying to remember when I came up here when I was younger, what this building used to be.
Ooh,
What did Grinders have it?
I'm trying to remember when Grinders built the
They
building.
said, I think 25. I think it was 95.
Yeah, I think they built it sometime in the mid-90s, and I don't remember what was here before that. I only remember this being the florist shop. And then the feed barn here went in like 2000 or 2001, I think, is what the sticker on the garage door says.
So your busiest time of the year, I assume, is summertime, because you get the summertime crowds.
Yep.
When it comes to wintertime, how do you hunker down with all of the snow? Because I've seen how high snow gets up here. And she was telling me earlier that people come in here to get deer feed and things like that, but they don't really, it's like there's hot beverages available. It's freaking cold out. What's going on?
People get used to it. That's the easiest explanation is when the snow falls for the first time, everyone stays home and hunkers down. Usually by the second or third big snowstorm, people are like, well, I got stuff to do, so
Yeah.
I'll take an extra half hour in the morning and shovel my sidewalk, and away we go. People got to keep living their lives. And could be worse. There are places up in the UP where they have a second-story door 25 feet off the ground with no deck, no staircase, no ladder attached to it, and that's because sometimes that's how big the snowdrift is.
Oh, God.
And you can't get out your front door.
My goodness. So who provides your coffee? Like what brand of coffee do you guys use here?
We use Collectivo out of Milwaukee.
Collectivo out of Milwaukee. Do
Yep.
they deliver up here?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, so they've got a great affiliate program. We're able to get it really, really easily, really quick turnaround. And like I mentioned earlier, that's one of the few things we didn't change when we came in. The coffee shop is pretty much just a small espresso machine on its own in that back corner when we bought it. But the popular consensus was the coffee's really, really good. Don't you guys dare change it. If I can't come in and buy this bag of coffee I've been drinking for 10 years,
Yeah.
there's going to be problems. So we didn't change any of that. We brought some new stuff in, but we didn't get rid of any of the old stuff, at least in that regard.
Okay. And then I noticed you have a lot of cool little handmade items here, and chocolates and sweets. So how do they get into your store? Do you work out deals with the people that make these items?
The local people, like the Mosaic Windows, she is a local lady out of Conover, so that's how I get her items in. But a lot of the custom Lando type of things I order through businesses online or wholesale. But yeah, I try to get things that are local or semi-local if it's not to Lando, to Wisconsin, and West.
We found a great resource as we've gone more and more into the gifts. The easiest way to describe it would be like Etsy for wholesale businesses. So it's, small batch artists or craftsmen or people with small scale production facilities without the huge apparatus to sell out of. And that gives a great way to connect these creative producers and businesses that want to sell their product all in an environment at wholesale prices and wholesale scale.
So not only do you serve coffee, delicious ice cream, beautiful handmade chocolates, but you also have hot dogs.
Hot dogs, Vienna Beef Hot Dogs here in the heart of the Northwoods.
And what made you bring hot dogs into the mix?
Well, the reason is when I was a kid up here, there used to be a little hot dog stand in town, just a little trailer off the back of the house pretty much. And it was the most happening spot in town. I remember when I was a little kid, my grandpa would load us up in the El Camino and we'd drive into town to go to Vicky's hot dog stand. And Vicky loved him and knew him and recognized the truck, and she'd just come right to his window. He was getting he wasn't moving around so well in his later years. She'd come right out, she'd have his hot dog ready. And it was just like a really great memory, and I think a lot of people here in town really, really miss that place. It was really popular.
Yeah. And you're trying to bring...
Yeah, and since she closed down, it's been maybe 4 or 5 years or something since she left town. There's really nowhere to get like a quick lunch in town without, there's Brews, which has awesome food, but that's sitting down, waiting for burger, waiting for fries. There's a couple other places in the area like that where they're bar and grill style or supper club. There's nothing like, I can step in and 5 minutes later for $5 walk out with a lunch.
Yeah.
So now there's us.
And you have a nacho bar too?
Nacho and
Yeah.
soup.
Yeah, we started doing cheesy chili nachos. Today we've got cream of broccoli, or a broccoli cheddar, I guess it is. And that's really, really good. I had 2 cups of that today for lunch.
Yeah.
And then we've always got chili on. You can get it with onions or cheese, or you can get it over the top of a hot dog.
Oh, nice. And you said that you make all of that from scratch?
Yes, we are starting to make all the bakery from scratch. So on any given day, I'll have like 3 varieties of muffins. I got Black Forest cake and some pumpkin bars, so I'm hoping that catches on.
Yeah, the bakery's been pretty popular recently. I think winning those ribbons at the state fair helped. County fair.
Yeah, and you were at the Oktoberfest as well. 400 people this year. Where do they all come from? Where do they all come from? But you know, it's good because a lot of these people that came from other areas now know about the Sawbuck, know about the delicious ice cream and the baked goods that you brought.
And they know a little more about Land O'Lakes.
Yeah.
We had a customer come in earlier in the season and they told us, oh, I had no idea there was a town down Highway B. I'm like, what do you mean? There's right there at B and 45, a big sign, welcome to Land O'Lakes, a bunch of arrows telling you what's down to the left. It's like, no, I thought Land O'Lakes was just the golf course, the gateway, and the gas station. He had no idea that if you turned down Highway B, there was a whole town down here with bars and pizza place and hot dog place and post office. Because everything up here is on Highway 45, and so many people don't have a reason to leave it.
Yeah. So Oktoberfest, how did you get involved with that? Because that was my first one. It was a really fun event, and 400 people. Now they want to make it a bigger venue next year. How did you get involved with the Oktoberfest?
This is our second?
Second year, yep. And it's the second year of Oktoberfest. So the timing really was a brand new event. We were a brand new business looking for something to support in the community. So we made a sponsorship agreement with them. And after the fact, as we're like getting ready to head to the event, they tell us, oh, you're the biggest sponsor for the event. So we're going to put your logo on the tickets. We're going to put a big banner up over the band. Do you want us to put a coupon in the back? Oh, okay, yeah. So all the Oktoberfest coupons are worth buy one, get one on an espresso drink. So if you were at Oktoberfest this year or last year, we'll still honor last year's ticket, at least through December, I think.
And we sell flowers.
Oh my God, we totally forgot that. Okay.
It's October.
Not even thinking about the greenhouse this time of year.
So they also sell flowers.
Yes.
Flowers.
We do our custom hanging baskets. It's a 13-inch metal basket, and then our customers tell us what they want. I do it by color and type of flowers, and I started in March. And then they come pick them up in May, and they're already fully grown and nice looking. So we did that.
And then we have annuals and perennials and the garden center with like
Dirt and
deer corn and deer blocks and bug spray and dog food and
so we're like 3 different businesses,
yeah.
I feel like.
General, like, oh, my shovel broke, I don't want to drive all the way to Eagle River. Let's see if Sawbuck has one.
So wrapping it up, you have any advice that you'd like to give to young entrepreneurs that want to start their own business anywhere in the world?
I say go for it. It's scary. Sometimes it doesn't feel worth it. But it's also very rewarding. You know, you'll have a bad day and then you'll have someone make a comment and you're right back, you know, I'm glad I'm doing this. You know, that's how
Yeah.
it's
I mean, it's a lot of work, it's a lot of time, it's a lot of debt. But it's not like I wasn't doing those things already working for other people. So at least this way, when we're done building something, it's ours. You know, I've helped other people build their businesses from the ground up, and at the end, all I had to show for it was the paycheck I got for the time I was there. But now we're building something that's ours. That if we have an idea, we can run with it. We can lean into it. We can or we can abandon it. We can recognize it's not working. And there's no boss going, well, you got to figure out a way to make it work because I've got all this money sunk into it. You know, and I think that's really what makes it all worth it. Is just being able to approach it the way we want to approach it and do the way we want to do it.
Love it. I wish you both much success with this store. Anybody that's coming up to this area, I always tell them, hey, you need to stop in Sawbuck. I keep telling all the Herky family that comes up here, please stop in Sawbuck and get yourself a nice cup of coffee or some ice cream.
And we're doing a lot right here, so come to the Sawbuck.
Yes, come on
In downtown Land Lakes on Highway B, right next to the post office. Yes,
Yes.
there is a town down Highway B.
There is. And it's a beautiful little town. Bill and Brittany, thank you so much for having me.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it. It's always nice stopping up here every year. So thank you again. I wish you all the success in the world.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is Hans Herky signing out. See you later.